Your favorite superhero probably isn't as good as you think. Ever wonder which superheroes are simply do-gooders and which are truly selfless? Today, we're ranking your favorite Marvel and DC heroes on our own 22 levels of good. A spectrum of heroism from neutral to the most selfless. Spoiler alert, Superman's not even top 5. Inspired by Dr. Michael Stone's levels of evil, we're flipping the script to ask, what makes a hero a hero? Level 1. Avoid unnecessary harm. Let's be real, not every hero starts out noble. For many, their journey begins with the most basic principle of goodness: avoid causing unnecessary harm. This is the foundation upon which all other acts of heroism are built. It's not about saving lives or striving for the greater good. It's simply about choosing not to actively engage in cruelty or destruction. Here, there's no proactive heroism. They're often impulsive. Their behavior is more about self-preservation than altruism. For Marvel, Deadpool is the perfect example of chaotic neutrality in action. Sure, Wade Wilson's a mercenary with a warped sense of humor, but he's far from evil. With his own twisted moral code, he's teamed up with some of the biggest names in heroism. But let's be honest, he's more motivated by personal gain or reluctant loyalty than by any noble cause. He's the kind of anti-hero who won't go out of his way to save the day, but if the price is right, it's maximum effort. Deadpool walks the fine line between good and bad, making him a true wild card in the superhero world. On the DC side, Lobo embodies neutrality as an intergalactic bounty hunter driven purely by his paycheck. His moral compass is wherever the money leads him. Though prone to destruction and carnage, Lobo operates by the contracts he takes, often avoiding harm to innocents unless it serves his own personal gain. He's not out to be a hero, but his lack of malice toward the innocent keeps him from slipping into outright villainy. Like Deadpool, Lobo can and will do good when it suits him, but you better believe he expects to get paid for it. Level 2. Passive acts of kindness. At the next level, heroes start to perform small, spontaneous acts of heroism, but aren't driven by deep moral conviction. They're often motivated by personal emotions or circumstances rather than a strong sense of justice. However, these moments reflect an emerging sense of responsibility and compassion for others when compelled or given the right motivation to do so. Here, heroes respond emotionally with occasional reactive kindness without deep commitment. Take Wolverine, for example. A lone wolf to his core, Logan prefers to live by his own rules rather than follow anyone else's code. He's not out there actively seeking to be a hero, but his primal instincts often compel him to protect those he cares about. Beneath his gruff exterior and violent tendencies, his moments of unexpected kindness, especially toward the vulnerable, show a deeper well of empathy. Wolverine's heroism is driven more by raw instinct than moral duty. But when the moment calls for it, he consistently proves he's capable of rising to the occasion. Similarly, Crazy Jane, with her 64 distinct personalities, is one of the most unpredictable figures in the DC universe. Amid the chaos of her fractured mind, certain personas unexpectedly display moments of empathy and compassion, revealing a surprising depth beneath her volatility. Though her acts of kindness are often fleeting and spontaneous, they hint at a hidden longing to connect with others. Her struggle to reconcile her many identities makes these glimpses of goodness all the more profound, showcasing her capacity for care even in the midst of her internal turmoil. Level 3. Compassionate sympathy for others. At this level, heroes begin to understand and relate to the suffering of others. However, their engagement remains limited to smaller gestures of empathy. This concern for the suffering of others reflects a deepening sense of responsibility beyond themselves. Heroes here may be sympathetic to people suffering, but not fully proactive in combating it. For example, Johnny Blaze's transformation into Ghost Rider may be fueled by vengeance, but beneath the fiery skull is a man who intimately understands suffering. His mission goes beyond punishing the wicked. It's about standing up for those who have been wronged. Blaze's deep empathy for the innocent drives his relentless quest to deliver justice to the voiceless, even if it's through flames and fury. While his methods are brutal, his compassion for the victims of evil proves that his vengeance is rooted in a desire for justice, not just rage. In contrast, Starfire's radiant personality is a testament to her deep well of empathy and compassion. Despite the hardships she's faced as an alien from Tamaran, she has never allowed her struggles to harden her heart. Her desire to connect with others, whether fellow heroes or perfect strangers, reveals an inherent kindness that defines her. Starfire's ability to empathize with others' pain makes her a beacon of warmth, always ready to extend her heart and help those in need. Level 4. Acts of simple helpfulness. Moving even further up the list, heroes at level 4 begin to regularly assist others when it's most convenient for them. Their actions are thoughtful but don't generally involve deep personal risk or sacrifice. They may still accept recognition or reward, but their actions demonstrate a growing sense of responsibility towards helping others. Here, heroes are proactive in serving others, though their actions are modest and mostly risk-free. Ant-Man may be small in stature, but he makes a big impact where it counts. Scott Lang's journey didn't start with heroism in mind. It began with a father simply trying to do right by his daughter. Over time, however, Scott evolves beyond being just a thief in a stretchy suit, realizing the importance of helping others even when there's nothing to gain. His small but meaningful acts of heroism, whether standing by the Avengers or defending his loved ones, shows his growing sense of responsibility. And then there's Booster Gold, whose path to heroism is far from traditional. Initially, he used his knowledge of the future for fame and fortune, donning the hero's mantle more for personal gain than noble purpose. But over time, Booster's thirst for attention gives way to genuine acts of good. While he still enjoys basking in the spotlight, his willingness to help others, especially when no one's watching, reflects his transformation from self-serving opportunist to true hero. Level 5. Occasional acts of generosity. Generosity begins to surface in heroes at level 5, but it's still sporadic. These heroes give of themselves, whether their time, resources, or even emotional support, but they're not yet committed to a life of continuous selflessness. Their acts of generosity are heartfelt and come with some risk, even if not frequent. Here, heroes can be selfless, but these moments aren't the norm. Gambit's rogue charm often hides his underlying capacity for generosity. While his past as a thief means he's used to looking out for himself, he's proven time and again that he's willing to sacrifice for others when it counts. His acts of generosity, whether helping a fellow mutant or risking his life for the X-Men, are always sincere, even if unexpected. Though his selfless moments are occasional, they reveal the heart of gold beneath his devil-may-care attitude. Similarly, Green Arrow, or Oliver Queen, uses his resources to support causes he believes in, funding social programs and helping the less fortunate when he can. His acts of generosity, while not constant, are impactful and come from a place of genuine care for his community. Though his primary focus is on being a vigilante, his willingness to give back to those in need shows his growing commitment to justice beyond just bows and arrows. Level 6. Demonstrates empathetic support. Up another level, empathy takes center stage. Here, heroes go beyond simple physical help. They often invest emotionally in others, offering support and guidance. They're not just saving lives, they're helping others grow, heal, and navigate their own struggles. Here, heroes invest in others' well-being beyond just the immediate situation. As both a lawyer and a vigilante, Daredevil operates on empathy as much as he does on adrenaline. Matt Murdock's connection to the people of Hell's Kitchen is deeply personal, and his heroism extends beyond saving lives. He provides emotional support and counsel to those he protects. His ability to understand the struggles of others drives him to fight for justice, both in the courtroom and on the streets. Daredevil's empathy is what makes him more than just a superhero. It makes him a true protector of his community. For Raven, her empathetic powers allow her to absorb the emotions of those around her, but this ability is both her strength and her burden. She often takes on the emotional pain of her teammates, using her abilities to offer comfort and healing, even when it comes at a personal cost to her. Raven's empathy is a key part of her heroism, as she's constantly balancing her own darkness with the need to support those she cares about. Raven's empathetic support is a double-edged sword. She gives of herself, even when it threatens to consume her. Level 7. Habitual kindness. Here, kindness isn't just a choice, it's a habit. These heroes regularly engage in acts of kindness, not because they're seeking glory, but because it's simply who they are. Their actions are consistent, and they help others as a matter of principle, regardless of personal gain or risk. For heroes at this level, helping others feels like a personal responsibility. No one exemplifies habitual kindness better than your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Peter Parker's sense of duty is driven by one simple truth: with great power comes great responsibility. Despite the hardships he faces in his personal life, Peter never hesitates to show kindness to others, even when it cost him dearly. His habitual kindness is woven into his very identity, proving that heroism isn't just about power, it's also about heart. Jaime Reyes didn't choose to be a superhero, but when the alien Scarab bonded to him, he embraced his new responsibility as Blue Beetle. Despite the chaos of learning his superpowers while fighting intergalactic threats, his compassion shines through in how he protects both his loved ones and his community by stepping into harm's way. Jaime's true strength isn't just his alien tech, it's the choices he makes every day to help others. Blue Beetle's heroism may come from beyond the stars, but is driven by Jaime's unwavering heart. Level 8. Moral Responsibility. Heroes at this level begin to take on a deeper sense of moral responsibility for the world around them. They don't just help when they can. They feel a duty to act, to right wrongs, and to protect those who can't protect themselves. Their actions come with personal risk, but they willingly accept it because they recognize that with their abilities comes a responsibility to help and protect others. Here, heroes have strong moral convictions and are willing to take risks to do the right thing. Blade's mission isn't just about vengeance, it's about protecting humanity from threats they don't even know exist. His moral responsibility drives him to hunt down vampires and supernatural enemies, ensuring the safety of entire communities. Even though his path is dangerous and isolating, Blade continues to fight because he knows he can make a difference and is uniquely equipped to do so. His commitment to shielding humanity from the darkness, regardless of the personal cost, marks him as a hero with an unshakable moral resolve. On the DC side, Hawkman, with countless lifetimes of experience, is a hero forged by time itself. Reincarnated across the ages, Carter Hall has fought in endless battles, always driven by an unwavering sense of duty to protect those in peril. His moral compass never wavers. He fights not for glory, but because he's compelled by a deeper, steadfast responsibility. Hawkman's heroism is timeless, a force that transcends the boundaries of any single life, woven into the very fabric of his being. Level 9. Altruistic Effort. As we move even higher, heroes begin to prioritize the well-being of others over their own comfort and desires. Altruism becomes a core aspect of who they are. They consistently sacrifice to improve the lives of those around them. They aren't looking for anything in return, simply striving to make the world a better place. Here, heroes are consistently selfless and altruistic, often sacrificing time, safety, or resources. Reed Richards, known as Mr. Fantastic, is driven by an unwavering desire to improve the world through science and exploration. His altruism goes beyond his role as a superhero. He dedicates his life to discovering new technologies and protecting humanity from cosmic threats. Reed's efforts are always focused on the greater good. He isn't seeking fame or fortune. He's committed to ensuring a better future for all, no matter the personal sacrifices he has to make. Black Canary's altruism is evident in everything she does, from leading the birds of prey to mentoring young heroes. She consistently puts others before herself, using her abilities and skills to fight for justice and protect the vulnerable. Dinah's selflessness extends beyond her crime fighting, as she's always willing to offer her time, guidance, and resources to those around her. Black Canary's commitment to making the world a better place defines her heroism, making her a powerful example of altruistic effort in the DC universe. Level 10. Protective Compassion. At this level, heroes begin to take proactive steps to defend the vulnerable from harm. Their compassion isn't just emotional, it's protective, driving them to step in when they see danger looming. They often feel a personal responsibility to shield others from physical or emotional harm. Here, heroes are vigilant, compassionate, and ready to intervene. As the wielder of the cursed ebony blade, Black Knight's sense of duty is rooted in protecting those who cannot protect themselves. Despite the risks the blade poses to his very soul, Dane Whitman takes up the mantle of heroism to defend the weak. His compassion drives him to act, even when the odds are against him, showing that his chivalric code is more than just words, it's a way of life. Black Knight's willingness to put himself in harm's way for the sake of others exemplifies his protective compassion. Meanwhile, Swamp Thing may look like the stuff of nightmares, but his heart is deeply connected to the well-being of the Earth and all its inhabitants. Alec Holland's mission is to protect the natural world from those who would destroy it, whether through greed or supernatural means. His heroism is defined by his role as a protector of life, willing to face immense danger to defend the Earth and its creatures, making him one of the most unique protectors in the DC universe. Level 11. Persistent Advocacy. Heroes at this level move beyond physical protection and into the realm of advocacy. They fight for justice on a larger scale, taking on systemic issues and working tirelessly to protect the rights and well-being of marginalized or oppressed groups. They're persistent, never backing down in the face of adversity, and their heroism is as much about their words as their actions. Here, heroes work tirelessly for justice, advocating for the weak or the voiceless. Captain Marvel isn't just a cosmic powerhouse, she's an advocate for justice across the universe. Carol Danvers fights tirelessly to protect those who cannot protect themselves, challenging oppressive regimes and fighting for equality wherever she goes. Whether it's on Earth or in the far reaches of space, Captain Marvel's commitment to fighting for the oppressed is unwavering, making her one of the most impactful advocates in the Marvel Universe. Martian Manhunter's advocacy for justice is rooted in his experience as a refugee from Mars. John Jones fights to protect those on Earth from suffering the same fate as his home planet, using his powers to challenge injustice and protect the innocent. His empathy for outsiders and his commitment to equality drive him to fight for marginalized groups, ensuring equity everywhere he goes. Jones' persistence in advocating for justice despite his own personal losses makes him a hero advocate dedicated to creating a better world for all. Level 12. Selfless Heroic Acts. Halfway up the scale, we begin to see heroes engage in brave acts of selflessness, often risking their own lives for the benefit of others. They willingly put themselves in harm's way to protect others without giving it a second thought, embodying the spirit of courage in the face of overwhelming danger. Their heroism is active, direct, and often life-threatening. Here, we see more intense heroism without hesitation, often while facing lethal dangers. The Sentry is one of the most powerful beings in the Marvel Universe, but his heroism is often defined by the immense personal risks he takes. With the power of 1,000,000 exploding suns, he battles both external enemies and his darker alter ego, the Void. Despite the constant threat of losing control, the Sentry continues to fight for the greater good, even when it endangers his own sanity. His willingness to suffer unimaginable dangers for the protection of others marks him as a true hero. Apollo is an absolute tank of a superhero, a living solar battery who doesn't just weather danger, he charges face first into it. As a key member of the Authority, he regularly confronts cosmic-level threats, yet he never hesitates. His heroism isn't defined by his solar-fueled strength alone, but by his unwavering commitment to shield humanity, no matter the cost to himself. Time and time again, Apollo risks everything, proving that his true power lies in his unshakable resolve to protect others, even in the face of overwhelming odds. Level 13. Benevolent Generosity. At level 13, generosity becomes a way of life. Heroes here consistently give of themselves, offering the resources, time, and abilities to help others without expecting anything in return. Their generosity goes beyond occasional gestures. It defines their deeply altruistic character and shapes their actions. Here, heroes are consistently generous, often putting others' needs above their own without seeking recognition. Despite his rocky exterior, Ben Grimm has one of the biggest hearts in the Marvel Universe. As a member of the Fantastic Four, the Thing is always ready to lend a hand, whether it's fighting off cosmic threats or helping a neighbor in need. His selfless nature drives him to put others first, consistently giving of himself without expecting anything in return. Ben's willingness to sacrifice his own comfort and safety for the sake of others is a testament to his super sense of generosity and kindness. Cyborg's transformation into a half-human, half-machine hybrid could have led him down a path of destruction. Name one AI who doesn't want to murk humanity for the greater good. I'll wait. Instead, Victor Stone uses his unique abilities to protect the world, serving as a key member of the Justice League while also mentoring younger heroes. His selflessness shines in every decision he makes, consistently placing the needs of others before his own. Cyborg's unwavering dedication to the greater good, even at great personal sacrifice, defines him as a hero of profound generosity and heart. Level 14. Lifelong Service. Helping others becomes a lifelong mission at this level. These heroes dedicate their entire existence to the service of others, whether through their careers, personal missions, or simply their unwavering commitment to making the world a better place. Their dedication is unending, and they're driven by a cause greater than themselves. Here, heroes have an unshakable sense of purpose, and that purpose is to improve the world. Professor X's life has been dedicated to one mission: peaceful coexistence between humans and mutants. As the founder of the X-Men and Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters, Charles Xavier has spent his entire life fighting for the rights of mutants, educating young heroes, and leading the charge for equality. Despite the challenges and losses he's faced, Xavier never wavers in his commitment to his cause. His lifelong service to the mutant community and his vision of a better future make him one of the greatest heroes in Marvel's history. On the DC side, John Constantine may walk in the shadows, but his life is dedicated to protecting humanity from dark supernatural forces. His methods may be unconventional, but his mission to save the world from demonic threats is relentless. Constantine's commitment to shielding others from the dangers of the occult comes at great personal cost, including his own soul. Despite his cynical exterior, Constantine's lifelong dedication to battling the forces of darkness makes him an unsung hero, even if he never admitted himself. Level 15. Moral Courage. Here, heroes stand up for what's right, even in the face of overwhelming opposition or danger. Their moral courage is unwavering. They fight for justice and protect others, regardless of personal consequences. Their heroism is rooted in their unyielding and deep sense of righteousness, even if it's unpopular or dangerous. Here, heroes possess steadfast courage and morality driven by justice. Without question, Captain America's heroism is defined by his unwavering sense of morality. Steve Rogers has always stood up for what he believes is right, even when it means standing alone or against his own friends. His refusal to compromise his values, no matter the personal cost, is what makes him one of the most morally courageous heroes in the Marvel Universe. Cap's strength doesn't just come from his super soldier serum, it comes from his heart and his unwavering sense of right and wrong. He can literally do this all day. Batman's moral courage is legendary, as he consistently upholds his no-kill rule, even when facing foes with actual superpowers. Despite just being a billionaire in a bionic suit, Bruce Wayne refuses to dispatch any villains, lest he become like the criminals he fights, choosing instead to follow a strict moral code that's often used against him. His war on crime is personal, but his commitment to justice is unwavering, making him one of the most morally courageous heroes in the DC Universe. Batman's refusal to compromise his values, even in the face of overwhelming danger, defines this heroism. Level 16. Universal Compassion. At this level, heroes extend their compassion beyond their immediate surroundings, caring not just for the people they know, but for all living beings. Their heroism is defined by their commitment to making the world, or even the universe, a better place for everyone. Here, heroes fight for all living things, extending beyond mere personal connections. Silver Surfer's heroism is defined by his compassion for all living beings, not just those on Earth. As a former herald of Galactus, Norrin Radd now dedicates his life to protecting the universe from destruction, driven by a deep sense of responsibility to prevent harm wherever it may arise. His connection to the cosmos allows him to see the value in every form of life, making him a guardian of universal compassion. The Silver Surfer's mission is not just to save lives, but to ensure the survival and peace of entire galaxies. Firestorm's powers allow him to reshape matter and energy, but his heroism lies in his compassion for all living beings. Whether he's fighting to protect Earth or defending alien civilizations, Firestorm's commitment to preserving life drives his actions. His compassion extends beyond humanity, as he seeks to ensure that all sentient beings are safe from harm. Firestorm's ability to care for life on a universal scale defines his role as a powerful hero with a deep sense of responsibility to others. Level 17. Sacrificial Heroism. Here, heroes willingly and regularly make great personal sacrifices, often actively risking their own lives for the greater good. Their actions are motivated by a deep sense of duty, and they're often prepared to give up everything to protect others. Sacrificial heroism is about putting others first, even when the cost is their own well-being or their life. Here, heroes are all the way down for the cause, with their actions motivated by deep moral conviction. Thor's heroism is defined by his willingness to sacrifice everything for the protection of the 9 realms and Earth. Time and time again, Thor puts himself in harm's way, whether it's giving up his throne, his hammer, or his life to defend those he loves. His journey as a hero is marked by constant sacrifice, proving that his true power lies in his heart, not just his strength. Thor's willingness to give up everything for the greater good makes him a god worth following, not for his power, but for his selflessness. Superman stands as the ultimate symbol of sacrificial heroism. Though one of the most powerful beings in the DC universe, his true strength lies in his willingness to give everything, even his life, for the greater good. Whether facing world-ending threats like Doomsday or providing everyday protection to Earth, Superman's heroism is defined not by his powers, but by his unwavering commitment to safeguarding others at all costs. His selflessness transcends his abilities, making him a beacon of hope and courage for all. Level 18. Transformative Leadership. At this level, heroes use their influence to inspire and empower others to act in the name of good. Their leadership transforms those around them, turning heroes into superheroes and guiding entire teams or communities toward positive action. Their heroism isn't just about what they do, it's about the good they inspire others to do. Here, heroes are transformative leaders who lift others up and inspire them to fight for justice. Cyclops may not always see eye to eye with his team, pun obviously intended, but it's his leadership that keeps them united. As the leader of the X-Men, his guidance is transformative, steering his teammates through impossible challenges while inspiring them to reach their full potential. Scott's strength lies in his ability to make tough calls under pressure, leading with both strategy and compassion, which keeps the team resilient. His leadership doesn't just command respect, it elevates those around him, proving that true heroism is about empowering others to become extraordinary. After stepping out of Batman's shadow, Nightwing has grown into a great leader with limitless potential. As the head of the Teen Titans and later the protector of Bloodhaven, Dick Grayson's leadership style is often more compassionate and empathetic than his mentors. Leading heroes is not easy, and Nightwing's ability to inspire trust and loyalty in his teammates at such a young age makes him one of the most transformative leaders in the DC universe. His leadership turns those around him into crusaders of good, proving that a great leader doesn't just fight battles. They inspire others to join the cause. Level 19. Saints of Compassion. Heroes at this level dedicate their entire existence to the service of others, often sacrificing their own comfort and well-being to help those in the greatest need. Their heroism is marked by the extreme lengths they go to help others, even in the most extreme circumstances. Here, heroes have boundless compassion and serve others selflessly, often at great personal expense. Nova's heroism is defined by his relentless dedication to protecting entire galaxies. With the weight of the Nova Force on his shoulders, Richard Rider is responsible for saving countless lives across the universe. His compassion knows no boundaries, as he fights not just for Earth, but for all sentient beings in need. Nova's willingness to sacrifice himself time and time again for the greater good of all living beings makes him a saint of compassion in the Marvel Universe. Hal Jordan's responsibility as Green Lantern extends far beyond Earth. He's tasked with protecting entire sectors of the universe. His compassion for all living beings drives him to fight for justice, not just for humanity, but for any planet or species that needs his help. Hal's heroism is defined by his selfless dedication to the protection of life, even in the farthest reaches of space. His role as a Green Lantern makes him one of the greatest champions of compassion in the DC Universe. Level 20. Boundless Love and Forgiveness. At this level, heroes demonstrate extraordinary love and forgiveness, even toward those who have wronged them or others. Their actions help heal deep divisions and foster reconciliation, and their heroism is defined by their ability to bring peace and understanding, even in the face of great wrongs. Here, heroes are capable of immense empathy, working toward reconciliation and peace. Jean Grey's story is one of love, sacrifice, and forgiveness. Despite the destructive power of the Phoenix Force, Jean's capacity for love allows her to regain control and seek forgiveness for the harm she caused. Her ability to forgive herself and those who have wronged her shows her boundless compassion and strength. Jean's journey of redemption makes her one of the most powerful symbols of love and forgiveness in the Marvel Universe. Wonder Woman embodies love and peace, even in the face of war. Diana consistently seeks to bring people together, offering compassion and forgiveness to her enemies, believing in the power of love to heal even the deepest wounds. Her heroism is rooted in her unwavering belief in humanity's potential for goodness. Wonder Woman's ability to forgive and foster reconciliation, even in the midst of conflict, makes her one of the most compassionate heroes in the DC Universe. Level 21. Spiritual Enlightenment. Heroes at this level have reached a state of spiritual enlightenment, dedicating their lives to selfless service and guiding others toward goodness. Their heroism is not just about physical acts, it's about their ability to inspire others to seek a higher moral purpose. Here, heroes lift others up through wisdom and ethical clarity. Doctor Strange's journey from arrogant surgeon to sorcerer supreme is one of spiritual awakening and enlightenment. Through his mastery of the mystic arts, Stephen Strange protects the universe from supernatural threats, but his heroism goes beyond metaphysical battles. His deep understanding of the balance of the universe allows him to guide others on their own journeys toward goodness. Doctor Strange's spiritual enlightenment drives his selfless service, making him a beacon of wisdom and morality in the Marvel Universe. As Dr. Fate, Kent Nelson serves as a guardian of mystical knowledge and protector of the balance between good and evil. His role as a spiritual guide goes beyond fighting supernatural forces. He inspires other heroes to seek a higher moral purpose. Dr. Fate's connection to the mystical realms gives him a profound understanding of the universe, and his heroism is defined by his dedication to preserving that balance. His spiritual enlightenment allows him to lead others toward a path of goodness and service to others. Level 22. Ultimate Self-Sacrifice. At the pinnacle of our scale, we reach the ultimate expression of heroism, self-sacrifice. Heroes at this level give everything, including their lives, for the greater good. Their heroism is the highest form of selflessness, and their legacy is defined by the ultimate price they pay to save others. Here, heroes die for what they believe in. Tony Stark's journey from genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist with literally everything to lose to the ultimate superhero culminates in his final act of self-sacrifice. In Avengers Endgame, Tony wields the legendary Infinity Gauntlet to save the entire universe from Thanos, fully aware that using it will cost him his life. His willingness to give up everything he's built, including his beloved family, for the greater good, marks the ultimate act of heroism, martyrdom. Tony Stark's legacy as Iron Man is defined not by his technology, but by his ultimate selflessness in the face of unimaginable odds. One of those is being one of the only non-superpowered dudes on the battlefield and still saving the day. On an even bigger scale, Barry Allen's greatest act of heroism comes during the Crisis on Infinite Earths, where he sacrifices his life to save DC's multiverse. By running faster than ever before, the Flash stops the Anti-Monitor's plan, ensuring the survival of literal infinite worlds at the cost of his own life. His death is a defining moment in DC Comics history, marking him as more than just a superhero. Barry Allen's legacy as the Flash lives on, but his ultimate martyrdom is the greatest act of heroism in the DC Universe. And that's our list. Feel free to judge it in the comments. Do any of y'all even fall on a scale of goodness? Prove it. Also, let us know what else you'd like to watch next.